Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of RV Tips and Trips. So to catch you guys up a little bit, we left Missouri and we were supposed to stay in Georgia and visit some relatives. Well, we changed our plans because Kathy got sick, I got sick, and we did not want to stop at and visit with some relatives and give what we have to them. And our relative has an illness that this could just be something very bad. So, and we don't want anything bad to happen. So we decided to skip Georgia. We still had to drive through and head on down to Florida. So that means, you know, a change in plans. That's no big deal. We did this on the fly. So we left Missouri and traveled down Georgia. Now we hit a lot of rain, so that kind of slowed us up. And then I was going to head to our next stop, which was an RPI park in the southern part of Georgia. But our progress was a little bit on the slow side. I figured, okay, so what we'll do is we'll drive along I-75. We'll stop at like a Walmart or something, sleep over for the night, and then continue on, and then take an RV park. Like I said, RPI, there's one in Unadalia that we stop at. So I figure, okay, so that became the plan. Well, traveling down I-75, like I said, we hit a lot of rain, kind of slowed us up. It was kind of a miserable drive, burning through gas. Actually went through quite a bit of gas. It was getting late. We didn't want to stop too early, so we stopped at night around 8 o'clock. We figured we'll come off the road, pull into Walmart, actually near Rome, Georgia, not too far. And went in, and Walmart said, nope, we don't do that anymore. We don't allow RV to park overnight. So I was like, great. So looking through like RV parking and that, it seems to be that all the Walmarts in Georgia don't permit overnight parking. But there are rest areas on I-75. We figured, okay, so maybe we can stop at one of those. Problem being, as we traveled on and pulled into a rest area, the tractor trailers had it all filled up. So Georgia does a nice thing. Their rest areas are tractor trailers in one area, RVs in another area, and autos. So the tractor trailers took up all the tractor trailer parking. The tractor trailers also took up all of the RV parking. There were no RVs in there. It was jam-packed full of tractor trailers, and then you had car parking. So we figured, okay, we'll go to the next rest area. Meanwhile, it's getting later. And so we're driving down I-75. It's about 54 miles to the next rest area. Get to the next rest area, and here, same thing. You got tractor trailer parking, RV parking, and then autos. Well, tractor trailers were parked all the way down the ramp going up to the rest area. All of the RV parking was taken up by tractor trailers, and they were parked down the center. There was no way to even come around and through. And then the area for all the tractor trailers was also jam-packed, and they were parked in areas blocking off different sections of the parking area. And there was even a tractor trailer in with the autos. So I don't know what's going on with the tractor trailers. I thought we had a shortage of drivers, but I tell you couldn't prove that by us that night. And here's one of the things. So and it was raining. By the time we hit the second rest area, First of all, there are signs all over, no overnight camping allowed, but I don't think that much matters. I mean, there were tons all over the place, no matter where you went, all up and down the highways, on the off-ramps and stuff, tractor trailers parked everywhere. You know, I mean, by the time we pulled into this second rest area, it was 11:30 at night, getting really late. I had driven over 12 hours with rain and that, and this was going to be it. I was determined we are going to stay here one way or another. Right. So, and there's a little more to this story which kind of compounds things. When we left Missouri, we were down to our last couple $100, but we were expecting money to come from Kathy's retirement to automatically deposit into the checking account. So I figured no problem. Well, gasoline is, I mean, it's costing $100 a pop to fill the tank on that truck. And pretty darn close to it, $90 to $100, right around in that range. The gas prices have gone up, so our costs have gone up. So when we hit the road, the money didn't hit the account, and we're like, oh, okay. So we figured, okay, we've got a couple $100. It should be okay. I said we'll stop at the rest areas and that. Well, we had to fill up twice. So by the time we got to the second rest area, and we're pretty far south into Georgia at this point, we were down to 1/8 of a tank of gas and $20 in the checking account. So, I mean, $20 is not going to get us very far. So we had to stay at this rest stop. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, it's going to be out of gas. $20 going to get us what, 7 gallons? 8 miles to the gallon doesn't get us very far, so we're going to have to stay. And I was thinking, my bank, which is in Colorado, a lot of times will credit a deposit at 6 o'clock in the morning Mountain Time. So I figure, okay, so come 8 o'clock the next day, hopefully our money will show up at 8 o'clock in the morning in the Eastern time zone that we're in. Okay, so I mean, so we had to stop. So anyway, there was a spot open by the RV section, but you got tractor trailers parked where they shouldn't be, along the sides of the roads where you drive through, making maneuvering difficult. And I don't see as well at night as I used to, and then compound some rain on top of that, and it was dark. So anyway, so I'm trying to maneuver, and we're backing the trailer up, and I didn't realize it. Now we got the max turn capability, you know, with the fifth wheel. Well, that allows you to be able, with a short box, to be able to turn up to 45 degrees without hitting the cab. Well, it seems that I went just a little beyond that, because as I was backing up, all of a sudden I heard crunch, and I was like, oh no, I know what that is. Kathy didn't hear the sound. I said, I heard the sound, and you could hear like metal just compressing. It's got a very unique sound to it, and I was like, oh no, I know I crushed the cab. So we couldn't make it into that spot, so we pulled out, and then so we had to head out towards the exit of the rest area, and then off to the exit you have the auto section, and the exit for the auto section right there, where the trucks come through and the cars come through, kind of merge together and then go out onto the highway. So I drove up to the exit, and then I backed the trailer into the auto section and just took up a bunch of car spots. I was like, this is it. And we parked there for the night, and nobody bothered us. Now, I did look at the cab for damage, and there is one spot where right by the window, didn't hit the window, but right alongside the window, you can see it's a little concave in there, and you can see where I chipped off some paint off the fiberglass on the front cap on the fifth wheel. But that's the extent of the damage. I go, you know, my lucks these last couple of months haven't been very good. I mean, I bent the jack on the thing, now I turned too tight and kind of crunched the cab a little bit on the truck. I was very fortunate that I didn't pop out the window, because that happens. I mean, I've seen that happen where people, they accidentally too tight of a turn, and the fifth wheel crunches up against the cab and pops out that back window. Thank goodness that didn't happen. You don't even really notice the damage, so it's very, very, very minor. So we stayed there for the night. This is like the night from hell, you know, let me tell you. It was just one calamity after another. So we got an eighth of a tank of gas in there and $20 to our name, and that is it. Fortunately, we had food in the trailer, so we were okay. So we went to sleep for the night. Like I said, nobody bothered us. Got up the next day, kept checking the checking account, and as soon as 8:01 rolled around, boom, the money from the retirement plan showed up, and I was like, oh my gosh, thank goodness. Felt like $1 million at that point, you know. It just total craziness. So we loaded it back up into the truck, and we went down the highway to the next pilot station. Excuse me. Filled the tank up with gas, got online. Now I needed to, we're at that point, might as well just shoot on into Florida. Our next stop was Three Flags, but we weren't supposed to show up for another 2 days yet at Three Flags. So I got online. It's what, 9 o'clock Eastern time. I get on the website on my phone, and I go in to edit the reservation for Three Flags and moved it to that day and hit save, and it took it. Absolutely took it. I was really shocked. I was surprised, but thank goodness. So our reservations were updated to be able to come in that day, and so we were driving on down to Three Flags down I-75 with no more calamities, thank goodness. And then we're about 5 minutes out from Three Flags. I get a phone call from the people at Three Flags, and they say, hey, what time are you going to make it here? And I said, oh, well, let's see, my ETA is about 3 minutes. And we were right around the corner. So for all those people who really complain about Thousand Trails, here again, and a lot of times they're complaining about the Dugout website, you know, how bad it is. I went and made a last minute change, and it took it for that day. I mean, we're talking just a few hours from from the time that we were going to arrive. Well, actually about 5 hours. So just goes to show you, the website for me worked out perfectly, and then things finally fell into place. So we are here at Three Flags right now, and then from here we're going to go to Orlando, and we are going to head off to the Keys. Then that's where we're going to be, Fiesta Key, come this weekend. So I am looking forward to that. So that's it for the update for today. Bunch of stuff just went wrong. So we got our money from our retirement plan, and now it was a long stretch till our Social Security hit the account. Our Social Security went in now too, so there's plenty of money, so no worries. Everything is now taken care of, and we're good. So Fiesta Key, we're going to stop at Orlando for a couple days, and then we're going to hit Sunshine Key in Fort Lauderdale for 2 days. Kind of break up the trip going into the Keys, and we will be at Fiesta Key come October 19th. October 19th, we got reservations for 6 days. Never been to the Keys, so I am really looking forward to it. And I'll bring you guys along too. So, all right. So that's it for today. And if you got any questions or anything, you can always ask your questions in the comments below. Or you can shoot me an email at rvtipsandtrips@gmail.com. Either way, looking forward to hearing from you. Until next time, happy camping. Bye now. Thomas says thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share. Until next time, happy camping.